There is a saying that normally trouble does not come alone. Trouble normally calls many other troubles, and they invade a person together in a mob. That is the nature of this life. Now, clearly we can say the same about the UDA government. Nothing seems to be going right for this government. Okay? Let's break that down. The other day we made ugali in the house, and we noticed that it was very soggy. Not the usual ugali. And we assumed that it must be maybe an expired packet of maize flour. But now some very fascinating and disturbing information is beginning to emerge. When the government opened the door for duty-free importation of maize, instead of picking the millers who are experienced in handling maize, they know exactly what they're looking for, the deal was given to a broker. Yeah, of course, the whole idea is for this broker to make a killing. And of course, you know the thinking of a broker. Yeah, quality would not be top of their list. What would be top on their list is the profit margin. And so we have ended up with maize, some of which is producing this soggy ugali. And already some leading millers have rejected this maize. They're not purchasing it from these brokers because they don't want to compromise the quality of their branded product. Makes sense. You know, when you have a brand as a businessman that you've used time to build, a brand that is recognized, that brand is your life. If you mess up with that brand, you're finished in the market. And so I'm informed that we have a situation where this broker is stuck with their maize, at least some of it, yeah, not able to sell it because of this problem. What? If the plan here was this duty-free maize to come into the country to lower unga prices, of course we can now confidently say that won't happen. Yeah, simple law of economics. And yet another looming crisis for the UDA government. And this looming crisis is being added to the already fast-growing list of very major issues and problems facing this government. The looming strike by doctors, civil servants and other public servants not paid, money to the counties delayed for months, which means that many county workers have also not been paid. Now all this is very sad for a government that started with very big ideas of economic policies to turn around our economy. Yeah, and they brought on board Dr. David Ndii. Yeah. And of course what has become very clear, with all due respect to this respected economist, is that there's a very huge difference between theory and what is practically on the ground. Not all theories work. Sometimes the factors are different. Sometimes the problems on the ground have already reached a crisis level. Yeah, obviously your theories will not work the same way they'd have worked in a situation where the economy was in better shape. And of course we know there are very few economists who will support the idea of subsidies, yeah, to decrease the prices of anything. But the political reality is that if you have a suffering nation, people are stretched to the limit, then subsidies must be considered. Indeed, in many, many countries all over the world, many of whom would never have thought of subsidies, let alone implement them, just 5 short years ago, those countries today have subsidies.
Whoa, whoa.